U.S. stocks tanked today, led by a slump in energy stocks. I'm Olga Villaverde, and this story tops your Newsmax Now update. The Dow average closes nearly 335 points lower, marking the worst drop of the year. The Dow Jones closed at 16,659. Former Federal Reserve Chairman Ben Bernanke is defending the AIG bailout. Bernanke was one of the key decision makers in the 2008 bailout, which began with an $85 billion rescue loan and grew to nearly $185 billion in federal aid. The same-sex marriage fight continues today. South Carolina Supreme Court stopped issuing same-sex marriage licenses. The ruling came down this morning, and it prohibits any new licenses until a federal lawsuit on the ban is resolved. Earlier this week, the U.S. Supreme Court passed up a chance to weigh in on same-sex marriages, which opened the door to legalizing it in 11 new states, including South Carolina. But now the battle continues after this move by the state's high court. And while on the campaign trail in Florida, stumping for Governor Rick Scott, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie was asked, along with Scott, about the Supreme Court's recent no decision on same-sex marriage.
Ultimately, the courts are going to decide, and we'll follow whatever the court decides.
All of us have our own points of view on lots of different issues, and there's nothing that gets sent out of the main office in Washington, D.C. telling you have to be for something or against something to be a good Republican.
In the meantime, former Governor Mike Huckabee says he will leave the Republican Party if the GOP does not take a stand against gay marriage.
If the Republicans want to lose guys like me and a whole bunch of still God-fearing, Bible-believing people, go ahead and just abdicate on this issue, and while you're at it, go ahead and say abortion doesn't matter either.
Mike Huckabee says he'd rather become an independent and fight people who have guts to stand on important issues. New reports out today suggest the White House knew about the Secret Service's Colombian prostitution scandal soon after it broke in 2012. Dozens of agents and military members were punished or fired. The White House has since said none of its people were involved, but now the Washington Post says senior aides were given information at the time suggesting that a prostitute stayed with a member of the presidential advance team. And finally, you may have heard that North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un has been missing for quite a while. His absence from recent public appearances has also kicked the rumor mill into overdrive. Some reports say there's been a coup. Others say Kim's suffering from health problems, including gout. He was last seen more than a month ago. But if he misses North Korea's 69th anniversary celebration tomorrow, there will be even more speculation about the leader's status and who is actually running the world's most isolated nation, which is also a nuclear power. I'm Olga Villaverde. Stay tuned for another Newsmax Now update, and always stay connected to Newsmax TV and Newsmax.com.